head of institutions here present, representative of the local government, development partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning. On the behalf of the Ministry of Public Service and Labor, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to you all to the National Employment Forum, and our theme is Promote Employment by Linking Education and Labor Market Needs. My name is Samuel Dusengiyumva, and I will be your MC this morning. For those who do not know me, I work for the Ministry of Public Service and Labor, and I am the coordinator of the Single Project Implementation Unit. Ladies and gentlemen, this event is organized by the Ministry of Public Service and Labor in partnership with ILO, East Africa Country Office, and other institutions and various stakeholders. We sincerely appreciate you taking your time off your busy schedule and join us today, and I really hope that you will find our program that we have lined up for you fruitful and engaging. Our program this morning will be as follows. We are going to kick off the program with the keynote address by our chief guest, the Minister of Public Service and Labor, Honorable Fanfan Kairango Rwanyindo. After the official opening, we are going to have two panel discussions. The first panel is going to focus on the Future of Work Global Commission report and its Rwandan contextualization. The second panel will discuss the main topic of our meeting, which is how we can link education with the labor market needs. The presentation during the panel will shed light on key labor market statistic trends in Rwanda. On these two panels, we are going to hear from experts in the field, really the people who deal on a day-to-day basis with the issues that we'll be discussing. Of course, during the panel discussion, ample time will be given to you, esteemed members and participants, so that you can provide your inputs to the conversation that will inform our job creation interventions. Discussion of the second panel will lead us to the end of our program, and we shall conclude with a closing remark by the Honorable Minister of Education. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is now my honor and privilege to welcome the chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Public Service and Labor, to deliver the keynote address. Honorable Minister, you are welcome. Please join me to welcome the Minister of Public Service and Labor.
Honorable Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, Director of ILO Country Office for Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi, senior government officials, representatives of international organizations, development partners, CEO of PSF, private sector representatives, and representatives of trade unions, representatives of civil society, organizations in Rwanda, fellow employers and workers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me begin by thanking every one of you here present. It is a pleasure to see so many of you here. Thank you for coming. In 2016, we held a national tripartite dialogue on future of work. By doing so, Rwanda made its contribution to the global dialogue on the future of work. Our contributions inform the findings and recommendations of the report of the Global Commission on the Future of Work. At this meeting, we are going to hear more about this report. Mr. Chibebe Wellington, Director of the ILO Country Office for Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi, will take us through the report. Ladies and gentlemen, we can see and feel various changes that the world of work has undergone and still undergoing. New technologies, changing demographics, climate change, among others, have shaped considerably the world of work. Creating and securing a bright future of the world of work requires, first of all, to foresee the skills that will be needed, to assess the impact of the fourth industrial revolution and technological advancement on the world of work, to understand demographical dimensions of our populations, to understand new forms of employment, to pursue inclusiveness in the world of work, to think about environmental sustainability in all of our interventions. Concerning skills for the future, as you are aware, our country envisions a knowledge-based economy. This noble vision cannot be achieved without investing strategically in our human capital. It is important for us to train and continuously upskill our human resources. At the same time, individuals must know that their skills are treasurable assets and must commit themselves to lifelong learning. Concerning technological advancements, with advancements of technological breakthrough, some jobs will disappear. New ones will be created, calling for new skills. With artificial intelligence, for example, computer systems are performing services that normally would require human intelligence. This is happening right now here in Rwanda. I recently read a newspaper that Babil, a London-based digital healthcare company with operations in Rwanda, plans to introduce artificial intelligence in healthcare, where computer systems will perform tasks that normally requires human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision-making, and translation. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Employment, OECD, Outlook 2019 on the future of work indicates that 14% of jobs could be automated, with 32% likely to change significantly. The report further indicates that orders of industrial robots have tripled over the last decade and are projected to increase rapidly. The report indicates that between 1995 and 2015, employment in the manufacturing sector went down by 20%, while it rose by 27% in the service industry, pointing out that overall employment has been rising. At the recently concluded Transform Africa Summit, Sophia the robot was such an example of how technological advancements can help handle various matters that were originally reserved for humans. This calls for a deep reflection on the extent to which we can tap into the opportunities of the technological use. Concerning the changing demographics, it is expected by 2030, 1 in 3 persons entering the labor market will be a young African. For Rwanda and for Africa, the future of work is a call to empower our youth through through targeted labor market interventions. By doing so, we can ensure that our youthful population is seen as a demographic dividend with immense potential to be harnessed. Concerning new forms of employment, the traditional full-time employment is no longer the only form of employment. We are seeing more self-employed, part-time, temporary,